Welcome to Building Bytes, where we tell relevant stories about Ghana's tech ecosystem to fuel innovation and drive the growth of our digital economy. My name is 𝘀𝗲𝗰𝗵𝗿, and today marks a very special moment for us as a podcast. And it's not just for us, but for the entire tech community in the Western region. We are about to kick off the launch of Demo Fridays Takoradi. Hooray! So, as you are all aware, Demo Fridays is not just a digital product showcase. It's a platform, a networking platform for startups and tech teams to showcase their products and features to an audience of early adopters, tech professionals, investors, and so many other people who normally join us for Demo Fridays. And we have always been in Accra for the past few months. We started in June of last year, 2024. And I would like to invite 𝘀𝗲 on stage, if 𝘀𝗲 is around, to tell us more about Demo Fridays from the past to the present and um, information about what we are to expect for Demo Fridays. Okay, hi 𝘀𝗲, can you hear me?
Hi, Akale. How you doing?
I'm excellent. How are you too?
I'm doing great. Hi, everybody. Thank you for being here. Yeah. So as Akale said, today we're launching Demo Friday Takoradi. We're very excited to take it to the Western region. They say the best comes from the West. So looking
Yay.
forward to what the people of the Western region has for Demo Friday. We're looking forward to the demoing teams, hoping to have their products being showcased on the Building Bytes platform to the rest of Ghana and yeah, the rest of the world as large. So yeah, a little bit about Demo Friday. Basically, Demo Friday is a platform we created at Building Byte to help showcase, the best products that in the country, people that are building the products, and also to get insights on, the journey of building the product so far, the unique learnings, up drawing unique learnings from the journey of building the products. So basically that's how we started Demo Friday. It's been I think roughly getting to a year now or a year, because we do it every quarter and we've had 4 editions. So if I'm not mistaken, yeah, calculating that sums back to a year. So yeah, we've had editions, four editions in Accra alone. We've had with several partners. We've seen amazing teams from teams like Yango showcase their products to 𝘃𝗀𝗃 showcase their products. It's been an awesome journey. We've learned a lot from all these teams. I mean, some teams have gone on to get funding. Some teams have gone on to get funding. Through the feedback they got from Demo Friday, they improved their products and they've moved on to get funding. So that's a great achievement as well. Yeah, during Demo Fridays too, we do have panel sections. We've discussed great topics. Um, We've got described great topics in several sessions of Demo Friday. We've done how to get your first 1,000 customers. We've done, the truths and, lies about investments. We've also done, how to go to market strategy. So we've done a lot with Demo Friday. It's been very impactful so far. We've also, I think our last edition or the last but one edition, we had a roundtable where we discussed various topics about various industry from edtech to the crypto industry to fintech. It's been awesome. It's been insightful and it's been great. So that's the journey of Demo Friday so far. We've had amazing partners that support us alongside the journey, from Mess to Alex to Rewire to brief. There's been an awesome list of partners that support us so far. In this edition, coming to Takoradi, we have Duapa Werkspace, we have 𝗵𝘃𝗲, we have Radio Premier. And yeah, we excited to have them on board this year's edition. As I said, we're looking forward to seeing what the people of Takoradi have for us, and we're excited to have them, and we're excited to be in Takoradi. So yeah. I think you're muted, Akwele.
Yeah, thank you very much, 𝘀𝗲. That was a very awesome, brief introduction into Demo Fridays. And yeah, today we are here with the movers and shakers of Takoradi tech ecosystem. We are here with the first person I'm going to invite on stage is 𝘁𝗲𝗰𝗵, and he is the CEO and founder of Duapa Werkspace, who is a proud partner to Demo Fridays. And hi, Mr. 𝘁𝗲𝗰𝗵. Nice to meet you.
Hi, 𝘁𝗲𝗰𝗵. How are you doing?
I'm excellent. How are you too?
I'm also doing great.
Okay, so can you share with us a brief about who you are? We already know that you have been a very big instrumental mover of the tech ecosystem from the 80s, I guess. So just share brief information about yourself for our awesome listeners. Yeah.
All right, thank you. And as you said, I'm 𝘁𝗲𝗰𝗵, founder and CEO of Duapa Werkspace. And I've been working in the tech industry for years. I started in 2019, and then I've been providing financial management software for non-bank financial institutions. When you talk of non-bank financial institutions, we are looking at the microcredits, microfinance, credit union, and then the SUSU organizations. I currently manage about 50 clients in Accra, Kumasi, across the country. And so far, that's what I've been doing. And then I decided to establish Duapa Werkspace to support the young guys to also build a career, either in tech or any other industry that they want to. Prior to that, I'm someone that I never liked computers. So once I was able to overcome that fear of computers, I decided to use it well. Thank you.
I mean, nobody would have guessed that you used to fear computers. What was that about? What was that fear about?
I don't know whether you remember the year 2000. We heard there was going to be that Y2K compliance. And so I
Okay.
had a misconception, and my understanding of the Y2K compliance was weird. I thought computers were going to go off, they are not going to function anymore. And so I had completed way back Takoradi Polytechnic. I did accounting, diploma in accounting, going around looking for job as an account clerk. And everywhere you go, computer literacy, I have no idea. And then I was not getting the job. But seriously, I was scared. So I was not even ready to go and learn. I could accompany my friends who were going for computer classes. I would wait for them to close, then we go home.
Wow.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to attend the classes.
No.
Wow. I mean, I don't remember the year 2000. I don't know where I was. So yes, it's always exciting to see the people who have led the path in tech for us young people to also find a space in the ecosystem. And today's topic is on finding your space, growing a tech startup or career in Takoradi, lessons from those who have done it. What do you think about today's topic?
Yeah, it's a great topic. You know, Takoradi is always behind. As you compare Takoradi and Accra, Kumasi, Takoradi is always behind. And so there's the need to promote the tech community in Takoradi, and then also helping the young ones to understand how they can grow their tech businesses. It's not easy though, but then once someone has been able to make it, you can also make it. So I'm willing to share ideas, strategies on how we can together help grow the tech community in Takoradi.
Thank you very much,
You're welcome.
Mr. 𝘁𝗲𝗰𝗵𝗿. So we don't only have him, we have about 5 other people on board today. We have Mr. 𝘀𝘆𝗃, who is the founder of Coding Ladies Club or Coding Ladies Academy as well. I'm going to invite him on stage, and he's also going to share with us what he has been up to. So if you are here, Mr. 𝘀𝘆𝗃, I'm bringing you on stage now. Please confirm you can hear me.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, hi.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah,
It's refreshing to see you again. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, brief introduction of who you are and what you have been doing, what you've been up to.
Okay, so my name is 𝘀𝘆𝗃. I'm a full stack developer by profession. I also own an NGO called Coding Ladies Academy, where we empower women by training them in digital skills and mentorship. I also work at Ready Labs Technology and a tech startup. Excuse me. A tech startup here in Takoradi. We are new, but I believe that we are one of the fastest growing startup in Takoradi. Please, I can't hear you.
Sorry about that. I was asking, how has the experience been building in Takoradi so far?
Well, so far it's been challenging. It's not easy getting the right people, the right team, but so far so good. I've through by through going programs, attending events, I've been able to meet a lot of people, made connections here and there, learned a lot, and also build up myself.
Okay. And today we are going to figure out how you have done it so far.
Yes.
So thank you very much for honoring our invitation. I'm going to call our next speaker, who is Mr. 𝗵𝘃𝗃𝗃. And Mr. 𝗵𝘃𝗃𝗃 is the lead for 𝘀𝗆𝗃𝗃 Ghana Think Foundation. I'm going to invite him on stage. Hi, Mr. 𝗵𝘃𝗃𝗃𝗃. How are you doing today? You're muted. Okay. I think you're muted.
Yeah, hi.
Yes.
Good evening to everyone. Yeah, I've had a very stressful day, but I think I'm full.
Okay. So can you share with us a brief information about who you are and what you've been up to?
Well, my name is 𝘁𝗃𝗃𝗃. A lot of people know me to be maybe a curator or someone who ignites or sparks most movements within young people. But the most important thing is I'm an educator. I work with Ghana Think Foundation. I started being the lead for 𝘁𝗃𝗃𝗃 Takoradi. And through that, I've also worked with Duapa Werkspace. I've worked with 𝗵𝘃𝗃𝗃, 𝗁𝗃𝗃, and a whole lot of people within the tech spaces as well. Currently, I'm a co-founder with 𝘁𝗃𝗃𝗃 who will be speaking very soon, I think. We are working on an NGO, which is called the 𝘀𝗆𝗃 Tech. We completed a project last year where we were able to support about 300 or motivate about 200 young girls
Wow.
to get to know a little bit of more of the things that are happening in the tech spaces. And yeah, so basically that's what has been happening so far.
Thank you. And what do you feel about today's topic, growing a tech startup or career in Takoradi?
Yeah, I mean, it takes me back to 2016, where we have been complaining about everything happening in Accra. So,
Okay.
yeah, after having a couple of bad times in Takoradi, which was one way or the other one of the things that brought more conscious young people in Takoradi to know a bit more about people within the tech spaces. I think through that, it was a privilege to have been engaging with people like Ralph Ment and then Erasmus. Yeah, so I mean, fast forward with that, we've been able to see a lot of people trying to come up with activities within the tech ecosystems, especially even working with, may it all rest in perfectly smart. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, so it had been hard, but I think over the years, people have been doing very well. I remember Yawentri, one of your people working on a project like Young and Ambitious, so trying to get more young people to be conscious about tech, about their career, etc., etc. So I think, I mean, it's a very difficult or a challenging experience, but I think at the end of the day, it's people will persevere in one way or the other with the opportunity that has been given to people. So I think the startup or tech ecosystem in Takoradi is growing steadily. And I mean, people are actually benefiting from most of the hard work that has been done by our predecessors.
Okay, thank you very much for sharing your experience so far. And we'll be hearing more from you in the coming minutes. So I'm going to take you off stage. I'm going to invite our next speaker, who Herbert already gave us an insight into. 𝘁𝗲𝗰𝗵, who is a co-founder or co-lead of 𝘀𝗀𝗃. And if she's around, I'm going to call her on stage. And she's going to share with us what she has also been up to. 𝘁𝗲, I'm going to put you up on stage. Okay. So this is the Building Bytes Demo Fridays Takoradi launch. And if you are watching us from LinkedIn, we want you to say that you're warmly welcome. This is a very special moment for us because we are actually expanding our reach from the shores of Accra into the other towns in Ghana or the other cities. We know Takoradi to be the oil city of Ghana, and it's also exciting for us. And we are maximizing the learnings that we are currently experiencing. And so if you're joining us, I want to see in the comments where you are joining us from. If you can just put the town that you are joining us from, that would be very helpful. We want to get an understanding of the people who are here today. So please put in the comments the town that you are joining us from, and let us see who we have here on this session. 𝘁𝗲, if you are ready, I'm ready for you. You can indicate and then I'll put you on stage, if that's okay. Okay, so while we wait for the rest of our speakers to come on board, I'm going to invite back Claude and Erasmus and Herbert on the stage. And we are going to have a conversation of what it actually means to build in Takoradi, how their tech journey began. Erasmus already gave us a glimpse of it. And growing up in Takoradi, how it was as tech people and people who have decided to build a career in tech. So I'm going to invite Herbert on stage, Erasmus on stage, and Claude as well. Okay, so let's talk about this very pertinent topic. Growing up in Takoradi as tech people, what were the challenges? What were the opportunities? What exactly can you say that Takoradi held as a value but overlooked over the years? I'm going to start with Erasmus.
All right, thank you. For me, I would say limited opportunities. When I wanted to learn programming, you can imagine way back how many institutions were teaching programming. And so I have to struggle calling people. I was very much interested. I was trying to do self-taught online, but I'm the type that if I'm learning something new, sit me down, be with me, show me 1, 2, 3, where it is, where should I go? And once I grab it, then I can continue on by myself. And so struggle to find someone to sit with me to teach me programming until eventually I got someone, a Nigerian called Akin, who agreed. I was working at the bank then. So when I close from my bank work, he comes home, we sit down as late as starting from 8 p.m. to go through the training till midnight, and then he will leave. So once I had the interest, I was able to overcome that challenge of limited resource. And so for me, that's what I would say. One challenge is the limited resources available.
Okay, it's interesting. What about you, Claude? How has it been growing up as a tech professional in Takoradi?
For me, I would say the challenge I had was meeting the right people. Sorry, not the right people per se, but let's say my people that I can relate with. So when I first started in tech, I joined a club called IT for Teens, which was run by Mr. Erasmus. That's how I became interested in tech. Over the years, it was only me. I was the only guy always coming to class doing like 24/7. I'm on the laptop. But since it was only me, I couldn't really talk to anybody about what I do until I got into the university. Right now, where now I can see other IT students and also get to interact. I can speak code with other people. But during my time in JHS, HHS, it was only me. So I
They
say
couldn't
the
speak
challenge,
code.
yeah, they couldn't speak code. Yeah.
Okay. But what were the opportunities that were overlooked?
The opportunities that were overlooked.
Overlooked. Building, being the only one in your class, what were the advantages? Sometimes we feel that being the only one is lonely and all, but I'm sure that there were some advantages to it, right?
Okay, yeah. So yeah, there were some advantages. For instance, I led my high school to win a competition. That was the first time they ever won in 20 years of participating. So I say and
What
that
high school
made
is
me
this?
a St. John's School.
Wow. I'm sure they are all proud of you. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Where was I?
Yeah, you are talking
Okay, so
about your high school. Yeah,
yeah,
winning the
yeah.
competition.
So that sort of made me well known on campus. All of a sudden, the prefects, teachers were coming to me. Yeah, so that was an advantage
So
of
they're giving
well,
preferential treatment.
yeah, I would say special treatment per se, but something like that.
Okay. Mm. I'm also interested to hear from you, Herbert. How it was growing up in Takoradi.
Some of us were a bit or slightly privileged. I attended services-based school. It's one of the two garrison armed forces school. So in our school, we had a computer lab that some of us were able to visit. And one of my friends, Felix Ayi, his father had an internet cafe, so mostly we would just go there and then we'll be browsing, playing games, doing one or two things. So, while I was growing up, we had the interest of doing something related to tech. And so that's how our journey actually started. So, yeah. And fast forward, like I said, in way back in 2012, 13, 2015, we're able to meet other people within the spaces that we shared similar ideas. And for me, one of the most important journey had been when I met Atul Napia on Twitter. It was like, Herbert, I think you should come and join our team. I think 𝘀𝘆𝗀𝗃 Takoradi needs some help. So, I mean, come and join us. Yeah. So, I mean, I took the opportunity to also learn how to do online marketing, organizing, a whole lot of things. Even apart from having the privilege of working with curious minds since senior high school. So, I mean, both of us, yeah, our tech journey started very early, but it became more exposed when I got a bit more associated to Ghana Think Foundation.
Okay. So, I mean, it's good that you met Atola on that Twitter space. Is that Twitter space, right?
No, it was, I think we were doing Twitter chats then.
Okay.
Yeah, so normally
Okay.
before the bar camps would commence, the teams will start with a hashtag, some Twitter chats, and then we'll just get ourselves engaged. I think I did a lot of argument back and forth with our team and then some other people that was like, yo, Herbert, I think you should join our team in Takoradi. And that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to see if I can invite one of my podcast hosts, 𝘀𝗀𝗃, to come on board to help with the questionnaire, because I know it's going to get very interested. And I want to hear what kind of questions you would also want to ask. But then we are currently looking at having Demo Fridays in Takoradi, and we want to see the innovations, the products, the tech products that the people of Takoradi or the people of Western Region have been building over the past years, or over the past over the past years or months or weeks. So we do have some products that are going to demo. I'm seeing if 𝘀𝗀𝗃 is available to talk about that. Okay, so while I'm going to wait for 𝘀𝗀𝗃 to come on board, I'm going to ask you, Erasmus, since you are the oldest among us and you have a lot of wisdom on starting a company, or starting a company, or a company. Let me just use company, or a hub in Takoradi. And was there ever, I'm sure there were a lot of moments where you felt disconnected from Accra, or from where a lot of tech companies were erupting, or even the diaspora, or the West, companies from the West. I think we had X or Twitter having a space in Ghana. Currently, Google is in Ghana, and all of them are focusing on Accra. So what's your experience like trying to build a tech company in Takoradi at a point where nobody was talking about a community? I think within this week, I tried to join your one of the first WhatsApp groups, and you were trying to explain how difficult it was to engage. But I want you to talk about it from your own point of view, what the experience has been building a community out of Takoradi. What are the unique things that Takoradi is known for in terms of cultural and communal living?
Great. Takoradi, more of entertainment. So trying to build a tech community, it's not easy. We are still not getting it easy. We struggle to always find the numbers that you need to make a certain impact that you want to. And so for me, when I started, I never thought of Accra, seriously. My objective was that I went through a lot of challenge when I was looking for job, because I was not computer literate. And so once I was able to overcome that, it was always part of my thinking that when I'm in a certain position, I will try to do something to help the young ones. And so the genesis of all that I am doing now is as a result of the challenge I faced. I was not thinking of Accra, Kumasi, whatever. My focus on how can I help the young ones. I was not computer literate. I struggled with it. Now I am out of it. So that brought me to establish the IT 14s that I am happy that Claude is one of our first products. A teacher brought a whole class where we were teaching them coding and all these things. And Claude was the only one who came back. A whole school
Wow.
that came for coding lessons, he was the only
How
one
many
who
how
came
many
back.
students?
Claude can tell, a whole class, a whole class. Okay, Claude was the only one who came back.
Wow.
And so it has not been easy. For people to embrace technology, it is catching up, but then we still have a lot to do. We still have more room for improvement. And we need some of these programs to showcase some of the success stories, the impact, the change of life that has happened to other people who embrace technology, for it to be a lesson for others. For me, I don't see myself as I'm at the top. I'm always at the lowest level. I interact with children, young people, trying to
Mm,
encourage them. Whatever incentives that I can give, I do my best to make sure that these young guys will be interested in embracing technology. That's the order of the day. You finish tertiary and you go to any employment, it's about tech. Even if it is marketing, you should be tech enabled. You should know how to use all these social media platforms, digital marketing. How versatile are you? Without that, you are not going to get the job that you deserve. And so the challenge is there. We are doing our best, and then we'll ensure that we are able to transform the Western region, irrespective of people moving from Takoradi to Accra. And I'm of the view that you don't need to be in Accra to succeed. I sold my software more to Accra, Kumasi than in Takoradi, but I'm still in Takoradi. I still have clients in Accra, Kumasi, and outside Takoradi. You need my service, I will be there, provide the service, come back to Takoradi. You don't need to relocate. We are in a situation where most people, once they come up, they get one or two markets, they are looking at the bigger market in Accra. You can still be in Takoradi and target the bigger market, the biggest market in Accra. Technology has made it possible. I provide service to over 50 companies. And I sit back in Takoradi, use some of these digital platforms, TeamViewer, UltraViewer, AnyDesk, and I'm able to provide any technical support without having to move. If I have to move, then there's the need to move to offer some kind of support that cannot be done remotely. And so for me, we need to do more to encourage the young people and then help them to embrace technology.
And that's the beauty of tech, right? The flexibility that comes with remote opportunities and building something that has, global impact. You'll be in the comfort of your home in Takoradi, but other people, some who are elsewhere in the US, in, let's say, Accra, are maximizing it, and you are getting paid right from your home. And
Great.
that is
That's
something
the
that's,
beauty. That's the beauty of
yeah.
technology. Okay. You build once and you can profit from it forever. For the service I provide, my client pays maintenance and support fees every month. So I can afford to relax. I have 50 institutions. I can afford to relax, and their maintenance and support fees will be enough. But then we are not relaxing. We want to do more because whatever comes is plowed back to support the work of Duapa Workspace. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for sharing. And this brings me to ask you, Claude, based on this conversation that we just had about finding, not waiting to move out of Takoradi to, I mean, to get your products built, or to get your startup running, just starting from right where you are. You were persistent, you were committed, and like Erasmus said, you were the only one who came back after one whole class of students came to visit Duapa Workspace. What was that motivating factor, or what was that thing that kept you rooted in the tech space and to even build your own, company or your own community?
So for me, when I was very young, I was very fascinated by computers. I loved computers, but at the time I didn't know how to code. So when I first joined IT for Teens, I think we were learning theoretical stuff at the beginning, but when I first saw a line of code, that's how it started. It's like something entered me all of a sudden. Then I wrote it down, did research on it, learned on my own before it even started being taught in class. So I always learned ahead of the class, and basically I'm interested in computers. You will find me all the time on my computer. So some people say I should try and go out. So I'll try this year.
Okay, so you didn't need to find your tribe. You just built your inner self motivation to pursue your dream. Was that how it was for you?
Yeah, at the beginning, yeah.
Okay. All right. I want to ask Herbert some questions, but I have just been notified that Pfizer is available to join us. So I'm going to invite Pfizer on stage. Um, Hi, Pfizer. You're warmly welcome to the Demo Fridays launch. If you can hear me, you can unmute and then show your camera so that we can see your beautiful face.
Hi. Hi, good evening.
Hi.
Please, can you hear me?
Yes, we can definitely hear you.
Yeah.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm excellent. So we have started conversations on the topic of growing a tech startup or career in Takoradi, the lessons from those who have done it. And we know that you are the founder of 𝘀𝘆𝘀, among other tech initiatives. We want to hear from you what your experience has been, right from Takoradi to everywhere your feet has touched. How was the experience for you so far? And probably you can also give us a backstory of how the journey has been for you.
Okay, hi. Good evening, everyone. And yeah, thank you for having me, Akweli. My name is Faiza, a cybersecurity and privacy professional. And I'm also the co-founder of 𝘀𝘆𝘀. I'm running 𝘀𝘆𝘀 with Herbert. So a little bit about 𝘀𝘆𝘀. What we do is to provide opportunities for young girls to pursue STEM education and career. So for me, I believe that when you introduce STEM to the girls at the early stage where they are trying to identify their career paths, when they get to the university level, it's kind of easier because I didn't get it easy when I was in the university. So I felt like it's just a good way to introduce girls into STEM and also digital skills. And also, you Akwele would agree with me that in the STEM or the tech ecosystem, girls are underrepresented. We don't have a lot of women in the space. And I realized that when I was in the university level, because in the university, surprisingly, I was the only girl in the class. So
Wow.
yeah, I felt like
What
we
course was
needed.
that?
Pardon?
What course was that?
I was studying IT. I was studying IT in school. So I did
That's
BSc in
University.
no, Ghana Telecom, but that was in Accra
Okay.
campus, not the Takoradi, not
Okay.
the Takoradi campus. So that was the reason why I started 𝘀𝘆𝘀. And also because around that time, there wasn't something like a tech hub or a tech community in Takoradi. So I remember before I started, my dad was trying to push me to go to the Takoradi campus. And I'm like, no, I want to do tech, and there isn't much programs in Takoradi. So I felt like it would be, nice for me to go to Accra and get all the experiences and all that. And if Herbert would remember, like the whole girly tech idea, I think we met in December or so, and then we were just like talking about, like, you know what, I want to start this thing in Takoradi, blah blah. And yeah, it like in one sitting we were able to come up with the name girly tech. So that's how it started. How did my journey start in tech? So I think when I was in primary, I loved just like trying to I loved exploring, and I was very stubborn too. So I didn't like staying at home, because whenever I'm at home, it means that I'm going to, like, my mom and I are going to fight. So I was just trying to like explore other things that would get me out of the house. So that's how come I got interested in IT. Around that time, there was this IT thing in 𝘀𝘀𝗃𝗲 called To Be Worldwide. It was a library, and they also had a computing class as well. So I signed up for both library and then computer classes, and that's how I developed the interest in computing. I went to a high school, I finished, and then I went to university, and then I did IT. So that's basically how the journey has been so far. Yeah. Did I answer all the questions?
Yes, you definitely did. And and it seems your journey has been a mixture of being in Takoradi and Accra.
Yeah. It's been a mixture of being in Takoradi and Accra. And I think when I moved to Accra, that was the same time iSpace started. So I really learned a lot from them. Yeah.
That sounds very interesting. So to our listeners and our audience, if you know someone building anything incredible in Takoradi or any smaller city in Ghana, can you kindly tag them in the comments so that we give them their flowers? Demo Fridays is all about celebrating innovation and products that showcase innovation, and we are happy to launch this Demo Fridays Takoradi 1.0, which is going to be the first of many of Demo Fridays. We intend to honor our promise on the theme for the year, which is Ghana Tech to the World, where we at Building Bytes are looking to leverage our network to get the message of technology and to also highlight the insights that individuals or groups of people who have built tech products outside of Accra have gathered over the years, because we believe that technology or the tech space in Ghana has been one that has been in hiding for a very long time, in the sense that we have a lot of things going on, but we hardly hear about them, or we don't have enough platforms to give enough bring the product to the needed spotlight that it truly deserves. So that is our driving force at Building Bytes. And as you know, we are a podcast, and you can follow us on all the social media platforms, LinkedIn, Instagram, and X. And you can listen in on the conversations on podcasts, Spotify, or any of the podcast streaming services. Actually, it's streamed directly from Spotify to all the podcast streaming platforms, so you can listen in, and you can also watch episodes live on YouTube as well. We publish every Friday, every once in a week, so you would see most of the conversations that we have captured on fintech, edtech. The last season we had a season where we had episodes of individual companies and people who have built technology companies in Ghana, Ghanaians who have done this and for 10 years and over. So we had conversations. All of them are available on our Spotify, and most of them are, a few of them are on our YouTube. So we are still live here at the launch of Demo Fridays Takoradi. I'm going to invite all my speakers back on again. And I'm going to try one last time if I can get 𝘀𝗀𝗃 also to join this conversation, because this part of the conversation is talking about Demo Fridays Takoradi. And as I mentioned earlier, the in-person event is happening this coming Friday at Duapa Werkspace Takoradi. So I'm bringing all my speakers back on. Erasmus is here and Herbert is here. We have Claude and then 𝘀𝗀𝗃. And yeah, Faiza is already on the call. So Demo Fridays Takoradi. 𝘀𝗀𝗃, please, can you confirm that you can hear me? Yes. Okay, awesome. So this question is directed to you, and then any of our panelists can also answer. So we know that Demo Fridays is needed in Takoradi, but why is now the best time to bring Demo Fridays to Takoradi? What exactly is needed? What have we seen in the Oil City? If you can draw more light on that, 𝘀𝗀𝗃.
So yeah, so I think one, we're gonna take this from multiple angles. So I think this year our team is Ghana Tech to the world. So in line of that, we want to take the Ghana Tech to the rest of Ghana, so that we all can come together and take it to the rest of the world. So that's one. I think also, as various speakers on this session have expressed, the Takoradi tech ecosystem is very nascent. It's in its developing stage. So I think that's why we're coming together with the stakeholders that exist currently and are doing great thing in the ecosystem, coming together to work with them to take the Takoradi tech ecosystem to the next stage. I think these people, Herbert, and the rest have been doing a lot in the ecosystem. So I think with their supports, I think, and with what we have done so far at Golden Bytes, we could take the ecosystem to the next level. So the concern they have raised that the ecosystem is nascent and needs a lot of gingering and needs a lot of sparking in the ecosystem. So I think that's why we think Takoradi is ripe for the taking, and that's why we bring in the Ghana Demo Friday there. I think anybody that's been to MEST, something that we say often, talent is everywhere, but opportunity is not that widespread. And we believe that Takoradi has the talent, they have the people, and creating the right environment for them to grow, and giving them the opportunity or the stage for them to showcase their talents. We believe in that as Demo Friday. So I think that's why, Takoradi is the next place we're heading for Demo Fridays.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds community driven, and that is one thing that I'm very excited about, because we seem to be bringing all the people who have been doing the work right together, and it's not that this is a Building Bytes event and only Building Bytes trying to do their own thing. We are actually looking to bring everybody, all the stakeholders together on one platform to have conversations about how we can grow our tech community, and that is, for me, that is the way to go. And I want to hear from Erasmus about your thoughts on having this initiative in Takoradi, as someone who has been building in Takoradi for quite a while. With your wisdom and with your experience, have you in the past had people come to you to say that we want to bring everyone in tech in Takoradi together? And I know you have personally tried that, and you also had your team members boost this agenda, but if you also had experience with people coming to you, and currently, what do you think is the way to go? What do you think is the best route to bring all the tech professionals, the tech, everyone on board? What do you think is the way to go from your experience and from what you know?
Oh, great. Thank you very much. So, better late than never, but then never late is great. I think it's in the right direction. This time is the right time, I would say. We have a lot of tech guys coming up in the Western region, and know our universities are now producing a lot of tech guys, both from Takoradi and outside Takoradi, are staying around, even for internships. I have almost about getting to 15 applications for internship, and they are all coming from tech guys. We also
Oh,
have about 40, we have 60 learners going through software development currently. So you can see the excitement and then the desire of the young guys to embrace technology. So for me, I would say this is the right time. The city is growing, the city is vibrant now, and we need such programs. I think if this is happening almost every month as a gathering, as a community that meets, like we were discussing yesterday, I needed someone to champion the cause. So for us, we might not have all the time and then the luxury to host some of these events, but partnering, collaborating with other people, we can make it work. And I pray that it doesn't end with this event. It should bring other more events, other more. And I keep telling the young ones in Takoradi, some of these programs I will pay to attend in Accra. But unfortunately, sometimes when you host it for free, then the attendance dwindles. The attendance becomes very low. And so we are doing our best to get the people to attend this program and then create more excitement for a future bigger event. And I'm looking forward for that competition between Western, Accra, Kumasi in the area of technology. If we can build that competition, then we'll be able to build a very vibrant community in the Western region. Thank you.
wow. I mean, as you mentioned competition, I just thought of NSMQ, but for digital products. National Science and Math quiz, but for digital products. I mean, that level of community and competition, healthy competition.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
It's
wonderful.
possible, right?
Herbert, it's possible. I know it's possible. I think we should definitely think about it. Poga, what do you say? Okay. My question to Herbert would be: Barcamp Takoradi has been happening. What has been the experience so far with organizing young people in tech, or young people to just talk about societal issues and to address pertinent issues, challenges that we are facing as young people? And what do you think is something that the tech space can adapt? You are muted.
Sorry.
Uh, sorry, I didn't hear you.
Can you please come again with your question? Sorry.
Okay, so I think you are breaking, but the question, if you want me to come again with the question is, you have been a community organizer, a community builder with Ghana Think, Barcamp, Takoradi, 𝘀𝘆𝘀, and all that, and you have had experience bringing young people in Takoradi to one space to talk about youth development issues. So what do you think is one key thing, or it can be many, that the tech community can adopt in bringing the young people of Takoradi, as Erasmus said, to get that healthy competition, in the tech space going? What do you think we can adopt as a tech community?
I mean, would start with saying regards to Duapa Werkspace, NASICA, for consistently being one of the top sponsors for or partners for 𝗁𝗃 Takoradi. We look forward to have more of these organizations or companies or tech companies in partnering with us to bring more young people together, to be able to make sure that the consistency of organizing 𝗁𝗃 Takoradi is still continued. For within the space of 𝗁𝗃s in general, organizing in general, sorry, we've seen the need for training more young people within the spaces, even though young people come around with a background of all these divergent career paths. Through the introduction of 𝗀𝗃𝗃, we have been able to train other young people in learning other areas or aspects of tech. And not necessarily tech, but we also feel that it is also important that whilst building careers of tech, these young people or career-driven tech people can also focus on giving back to society, etc. So one of the things that we keep championing is that these young people also have the interest of volunteering and also engage in a lot of some of these training opportunities that are provided and shared on the various platforms and also during the course of 𝗁𝗃s. What mostly we recommend young people to do when they participate in the event is to network as much as possible as they can, because it's one of the primary reasons for us coming together. And most especially when you have companies or representatives from these organizations being around and you're not able to market yourself enough for you to have some of these opportunities that they have. It may seem as though that maybe some of these backgrounds or events organized by maybe the Duapa Werkspace haven't been impactful. So we think that young people who are coming there should also have the mindset that, the opportunities may not necessarily be available to you outright, but you also have to position yourself in the way that you can speak with some of these partners that are available, and if possible, have your CV or something ready, because you could never know. So basically, that's what we are trying to do. We are championing more of 𝗀𝗃𝗃 activities, and sometimes it may seem as if we are trying to partner with some of the, we are trying to compete with some of the apps in Ghana, but that's not necessarily our primary motive. But I think that there are still a lot of spaces where even when somebody can do well in whichever programming or tech-related field, we can also be able to augment what other people are already doing in this business for everybody to have access.
I love what you said about young people getting the opportunity to network and tapping into the networking resources, the value of people we bring to events, and what you said also about collaboration with stakeholders, having organizations not doing things in silos but collaborating with people. And what we want to do at Building Bytes is also to spotlight the impact that has already been done. What has been the insights we have gotten from the previous events, that Duapa Werkspace, 𝗀𝗃𝗃, or 𝗁𝗃 Takoradi, Coding Ladies Club. Basically, every stakeholder has been doing. We want to spotlight it because we believe now is the time, like Poga mentioned. And we are going to, I want to also ask Faiza this question for the last time. I want to be sure that Faiza is still here with us. If you can just say hi, Faiza.
Hi, I'm here.
Okay. All right, sure. So with this conversation of having a healthy competition among tech products, what do you think are the advantages that young women, especially young people, especially the women or the girls, can tap in with this advancement of community tech building or tech community building? what are some advantages, or what are the things that we should be very careful to notice and tap into?
Now, can you please come again with the question?
Yeah, I'm asking this question in alignment with all the conversations that have been said so far. You are founder of 𝘀𝗲𝗃, co-founder of 𝘀𝗲𝗃, and you have been grooming young people in the tech space, especially the ladies. So my question to you is, now that we are having this collaborative effort to spotlight tech innovations in Takoradi, for the young women, what are the key, the key pointers that they should be quick to leverage on, the advantages that are going to come their way that they should quickly grab, if you get what I mean?
Okay, sure. So I don't quite get it, but I'll try. I'll try and answer it as much as I can. So usually the young girls that I always come into contact with, I always say that to be able to like build a successful career in tech or even in STEM, you need a community, right? Because at the end of the day, community exists to both help us. So it's like when I'm in a tech community, for instance, like maybe I'm in a cybersecurity community, in that particular community, you realize that there are there are beginners in the community. We have enthusiasts, like cybersecurity enthusiasts, and then we also have like professionals. So there is always something that you can learn from someone. So basically, join a community or join a tech community. Communities like 𝘀𝗲𝗃 is there. We have Duapa Werkspace. We have the Coding Ladies community. So all these communities exist. You can join these communities and then don't build in isolation, because as I said earlier, there is always like power in community and also like visibility. And then obviously we can always share knowledge, and then also seek out for mentors who can guide you throughout like your journey, because I always say that mentorship is key. And then for me, mentorship has really helped me, because when I first started, if I didn't have mentors, there were certain places or there were certain offices or there are certain people that I met that I wouldn't have been able to like meet or be in those spaces if it weren't for mentors, right? So mentors exist to also guide you and also put you in the right spaces. And then I would also say that we should be able to tell our stories, right? I am what's it called? Like I am guilty of that. But like as women in tech, we should be able to tell our stories. Because if you are building something and then like you're just there in your corner, people wouldn't be able to tell that Pfizer is building this, or people wouldn't be able to tell that 𝘀𝗃𝗃 is building that. So we should be able to tell our stories, and then also like explain it in a very easy way for people to understand, and also leverage soft skills, because at the end of the day, you can't succeed in tech or STEM without soft skills. I mean, you can have the technical knowledge and all that, but if you don't have the soft skills, you wouldn't be able to go fast. So soft skills like collaboration, because in tech, you obviously need to collaborate with people, communication, and others. And I always say that you should embrace lifelong learning, because in tech, the industry is fast paced, right? So day in, day out, there are new technologies that are coming. Today, there is AI, there's machine learning. In the next 2 years, we don't know what's going to come. So you need to be able to keep learning to be relevant in the ecosystem. And also, I always say that we should normalize non-coding career paths in tech, because at the end of the day, it's not everybody that wants to be technical, right? There are other non-coding jobs in tech or STEM, so like cybersecurity tech, software engineering, and all that. There are non-coding jobs in that area. So we should be able to like normalize. If you're a lady and you feel like, okay, you know what, I don't want to be technical, I really want to go into tech, but I don't want to be technical, that's okay. There are other areas in tech that you can explore. You don't necessarily have to be technical to have a successful career in tech or cybersecurity. Like, there are people that are doing amazing things in tech who are not writing code or who are not hacking. So let's normalize non-coding path. And also, don't wait to be ready. Just start. Apply for the jobs. Apply for all the what's it called, the trainings. Don't wait to be ready to start. No, just start start where you are, and then as time goes on, you can also, what's it called, like you can grow. And as women in the space, we should be also open to mentor other women, because at the end of the day, if my little sister who is growing up gets to know that, you know what, like Sister Faiza is in tech and she's doing amazing things, and I'm also mentoring her, she can also be able to mentor the other people that are coming. So we should avail ourselves to mentor other women in tech, because these girls that are coming up are they are the future. And so they need to see that there are actually women in the space that are doing well and they can look up to. If young girls are seeing me doing it, and then they are seeing 𝘀𝘀𝗃 doing it, or they are seeing other women doing it, then they know that, oh, if 𝘀𝘀𝗃 is in tech and then she's doing amazing things and she has even built an AI product, or if Faiza is in cybersecurity and she's doing well, what stops me from also doing it? Do you get it? And representation matters. When girls see women thriving in tech, they would also want to be in tech. And then lastly, as women, even though we are in tech, let's try and stay in tech, because we have people in tech that are not staying in tech. If you are not staying in tech, the other people that are coming wouldn't also want to stay in the field. I mean, I understand marriage will come in, we have you would give birth and all that, so it might slow your career down, but let's also try and then stay in tech, because if we are able to stay in tech, then the young ones coming would know that, okay, yeah, sure, I mean, she's still in tech, so I can also juggle both being a mother, being a wife, being a girlfriend, whatever, and still have a successful career in tech. I think I've said enough.
Yes, you have motivated us, and we are grateful for sharing all that. And I can resonate with most of the things that you said, especially with joining a tech community. When I started my journey in tech, I found my home in a tech community, the Google Developer Group's Accra community, which, I mean, was instrumental to my growth in tech. And whenever I tell my story in tech, I always want to give them their flowers in that respect. So thank you very much, Faiza, for that. So before we wrap up this conversation, I want each of you, honorable panelists, to use one word to show the excitement, or okay, I don't want to give you clues, but then how would you describe the current tech vibe in Takoradi? How would you describe the current tech vibe in Takoradi? And if you are listening in on this conversation and you want to also put in your comments in the chat session, we would want to read that also out. So in one word, what is the current tech vibe in Takoradi? I'll start with you, Erasmus.
Exciting.
Okay. Do you want to explain?
Yeah, for me, I would say it's an exciting journey. Being able to build the products that transforms lives, makes people's work easier. For me, I would say it's exciting.
Faiza?
Hmm. You go to Herbert and come back to me.
Okay, Herbert. Sorry, I didn't hear that.
No, I didn't. But I had Pfizer mention my name.
Yeah, we are mentioning in one word what the current tech vibe in Takoradi is. If you have your questions in the chat session, you can kindly type it on there, and then we would read it out to our panelists. So Herbert, please go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. My output is so distorted. I don't know. So I find it difficult getting the questions and all that. I don't know.
Okay. In one word, describe the tech vibe in Takoradi.
I think it's progressive. Erasmus is doing too much. I'll eventually be becoming a farmer or a tech farmer.
Okay. So, but then you've not given us
Yeah.
one word to describe the vibe.
I think progressive.
Okay, progressive. Okay. Thank you very much. Claude?
I'll say adventurous.
Okay. Wow. Adventurous. Okay. Exciting, adventurous, progressive. Pfizer, now we are back to you.
Underrated.
Oh, I love that. Wait, do you want to explain?
So for me, I believe that Takoradi has a lot of potential that has not been tapped into, right? Accra is very loud, but like Takoradi is, it's like things are a bit slow, right? And that's something that's really what's it called? That's something that makes it like exciting, like building in Takoradi. So like you have what's it called? You have Duapa Workspace there. We have coding ladies, and then and then other people that are building what's it called? That are building something in what's it called in Takoradi. And so for that, when you try to start your own product or you try to start your own company, you can be able to like scale up and go to other areas in the country, whether it is Accra or Kumasi or wherever. So for me, I believe that we have a lot of potential here. We have people that can do the job, just that we are not loud enough. Yeah.
Yeah, I now understand why you said underrated. Yeah, that is why we are having this conversation, and that is why we are looking to push for Takoradi's tech ecosystem to be loud enough and to attract the necessary investors, partnerships, and collaborators who would push the landscape forward. And yeah, and we are honored that you are here on board with us for this initiative to come to life. We have a question in the chat session, and I would like to read it out. This question is for all the panelists. So this is from Ebenezer Mensah. There's a big push for the development of Ghana's digital economy. Is there a move for the consortium to get connected and bring TADI's cards? For example, how many young people from TADI applied for the recently launched 1 million coders program? And who in TADI is best positioned to provide such training for interested peeps in TADI? This is a whole,
Erasmus has to do all the talking.
a whole podcast, right? Erasmus. Yeah, please, what do you say about this?
Well, I think the current call for application that I saw didn't include Western region.
Okay.
Yeah, the current call doesn't include Western region. So as to how many people applied, even if Western is included, we will not be in a position to know how many people have applied for such a program. And then also for us, we don't pride ourselves to have all the expertise to do the training, but then we will say we have all the facilities available. If the training is brought to Takoradi, all we need is to engage an expert to handle the training. And so we are looking forward to collaborating, partnering, and then making sure that it happens in Takoradi as well.
Okay, so he has brought a follow-up question. I don't know if this is a follow-up, but this is a second question. The same Ebenezer Mensah. Startup ecosystem is huge and talent is just one piece of it. How are we ready for the overall development in terms of incubators, accelerators, etc., even investors who will be interested in scalable products from 𝗁𝗲? So, I mean, we already have accelerators in Takoradi, and Duapa Werkspace is one example, but do you have anything to say on that, Erasmus?
Yes, for me, I would say within the ecosystem, there are a lot of support available for startups, for young tech developers. But unfortunately, when you talk to them, they are all looking for grants. And so for me, I sit back, I see myself as an angel investor. I want to catch you young at that early stage that no one is even interested in you. And then I talk equity with you and you run away. You are looking for grants. I'll give up. So I've had a chat with a lot of young people with ideas, not even a product, ideas. And the moment you express interest and you want to have equity, they run away. And so we can't complain of lack of investment. Trust me, the investment is available. It's the young people who are not ready for investment.
And a huge part of this is education, if I'm right.
Education,
Because,
education.
yeah.
And the mindset as well. Mindset. Yeah.
Yeah. Because back here in Accra, we have conversations around investors. Like Poga mentioned in the beginning of this conversation, we had a panel of people, individuals who had gotten investments, and some of them are even crying, right? If you are always looking out for, external investors, it may not be necessarily what you need at the exact point of your development, because at an idea stage, a lot of things can go wrong, including the team, So for someone to have a lot of, belief in you as an individual without any other credential, and to even say they want to put money into you, that's a huge step. And you should, once you understand how investment works, you would definitely understand what your part is in that collaboration. I don't know if any of the panelists want to say anything to the questions that have been asked by Ebenezer Mensah. Herbert, you seem ready to answer some of them.
Yeah, I think that, even though there has been a lot of work being done in the past, which I keep preferring, I think people like Erasmus, with Duapa Werkspace, iCode, with a lot of work done by Prince Bonnie, and a few other people. There are people still working in and around the tech space in Takoradi, which may not have a lot of limelight as it's supposed to, but I think they are working behind the scene and they are willing and ready to support a lot of young people to have access, etc. For example, companies like KICC, Cosmos. I mean, when they are having their events, programs, etc., they also do as much as possible, or they try as much as possible to give certain opportunities to people who are in the other regions. And I think that for the work being done by the rep in Takoradi is also very commendable, especially when he always shows up for connect meetups to relate to some of these young people who are interested in either Agri or the various tech spaces. So I think basically that the only thing I can also say with reference to the 1 million coding thing that is being initiated by the government is that I think maybe Erasmus and the other hub leads in Takoradi should be able to also get a bit more closer to these new politicians or maybe the regional minister, so that they can also encourage or partner for some of these things, so that most of the young people in the Western region can also have access to. I traveled to Beginning, I think 3 weeks ago, and I noticed there was a hub there, but I don't know if Erasmus has any data with respect to that. I think it's also one of the places where a lot of people from Takoradi also visit, and if they also get similar opportunities as it's being given to those of us in Takoradi, would be a very awesome idea. So I think Erasmus and the other leads to maybe collaborate with most of these politicians, even though at times it might end up being tagged as partisan or politicians or whatever it is, but maybe it might worth the risk engaging with them, maybe in a diplomatic or professional level, to be able to give these young people who are beneficiaries in the city or the region.
Okay, Erasmus, would you want to say something to this?
Sorry, very controversial when it comes to the political side. I've tried as much as possible to stay away from any of the politicians. And so we are doing our best. If there's a project, we try to apply. If we get the nod, we execute. If we don't get the nod, we don't force ourselves. And so we don't want to align with any of the politicians. We want to be as neutral as possible. And so once there's opportunity for Western region, we'll do our best to get the nod to handle some of these projects. If it works out, fair enough. If it doesn't, we won't kill ourselves. We'll do the little that we can do to grow the economy.
Absolutely. And one thing that I'm learning about, I mean, this is a controversial topic to even delve into, you know, as tech people, whether we should align ourselves to politicians or not. But one key thing we know, which an example is the US, is the tech industry influences a country's economy. We noticed this when Donald Trump launched his cryptocurrency right before his inauguration. We also see what's it called, a founder or entrepreneur like Elon Musk associating himself with Donald Trump. But this is a controversial topic, and we don't want to dive into this because we know that there's a place for conversations like this. And so thank you very much, Erasmus, for that response. And with this, we are wrapping up conversations on Demo Fridays launch. This event is happening in person this Friday on the 25th of April 2025 at Duapa Werkspace. And we have also shared the link to register, which is also available on all Building Bytes social media on X, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So as we wrap up conversations, I would like to invite 𝘀𝗀𝗲 back, and I would also want him to talk briefly about what's next and what's the future of Demo Fridays, and what exactly is the big vision for Building Bytes with regards to Takoradi or the Western region. So 𝘀𝗀𝗲, please take it.
So yeah, thank you, Akole. I'd like to say a big thank you to all our members on this session, our panel members on this session. I think yeah, it's been an insightful lunch and a prelude to what's going to happen tomorrow. So yeah, we invite everybody on this platform.
On
If you're
Friday.
able to make it, yeah, on Friday. Sorry. What's going to happen on Friday. We invite everybody. If you're able to make it, do join us at Duapa Werkspace. Yeah, we're hoping to see you there. Have an insightful conversation. Contribute to get insights on what it means or what it takes to build in Takoradi, and contribute to the conversation. Let your voice be heard in the conversation. For Demo Fridays and Takoradi, we're looking for this to be one of many events that we have in Takoradi. We're looking to grow a community, foster collaboration within the Takoradi ecosystem, start a community that, foster collaboration within the ecosystem. So we're looking to just not have this as a one-off event, but, have this as a spark to something bigger and something greater. We're looking to have more of such events, as Mr. Erasmus indicated, to have more such events over and over again, and to attract much more investments and much more eyesight, and puts the telescope on Takoradi to see what's happening in the ecosystem, and what people are building and what people are doing to further feedback into the ecosystem and have a richer, vibrant ecosystem that can compete not only on the Ghanaian level, but compete on the African and international level. So I think we believe this is a start to something great, something big. And yeah, we're grateful for our partners and all the panel members on this panel for their time, for collaborating and working with us. Duapa Werkspace, Barcamp, Radio Premiere, and Amalitech. We're grateful to them, and we would want to see this collaboration bloom into something big, something bigger for the betterment of Takoradi and the people in Takoradi as a whole. Yeah.
Awesome. So if this conversation has sparked something in you, then you know that the conversation we are going to have this Friday is going to be super. We have aligned some panelists that Poga, would you want to share some of the people who will be on the panel?
Awesome. So Mr. Erasmus himself will be there to share his journey about building in Takoradi for over the various years. We would have been 𝗁𝗁𝗃, the founder of 𝗁𝗁𝗃, to there to share his journey as well. So yeah, it would be an insightful one. It will be a story about people who have actually built in Takoradi and have succeeded over the years, and also are at par with what is being built over all over Ghana. So yeah, it would be a very insightful one, and we're looking forward for you to join that discussion.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to this conversation. Thank you very much, Poga, and thank you to all our honorable panelists. We have had Mr. Erasmus Mensah Akon, who is the founder and CEO of Duapa Werkspace. We have had Mr. Claude Amadou, who is the founder of Coding Ladies Club. We have had Ms. Faisal Seydou Adam, founder of 𝗀𝗲𝗃. We have had Mr. 𝗵𝘃𝗃, who is the lead for 𝘀𝗆𝗃 Ghana Think Foundation. And these individuals have given us a great output into what's happening in the tech ecosystem in Takoradi and what to expect for Demo Fridays this Friday, the 25th of April 2025. We'll be live at Duapa Werkspace, so do join us. And we're excited to show you all the products that the young people of Takoradi or the young people of the West are building. They say the best comes from the West. We're going to find out. So do join us. My name has been 𝘀𝗲𝗰𝗵. I am a podcaster with Building Bytes, and see you at the in-person Demo Fridays. At Building Bytes, we tell relevant stories about Ghana's tech ecosystem to fuel innovation and drive the growth of our tech economy or digital economy. See you and enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye.